14-year-old Leyli AKHUNDOVA. Born in Japan, and this is her first Junior Grand Prix event, according to her bio, her first international competition, and she's coached by Angelina Tarenko. Skating to Palladio by Carl Jenkins.
Leyli AKHUNDOVA from Azerbaijan, challenging performance.
Yeah, and you can see the stage of development where she is at. She has some elegant movements, there's no question. Not the strength and the power and the speed yet in her career. And the jump's a little bit hooked around, you know, not a lot of flow going through. But this is completely normal for junior at a certain stage. And here is a look. Okay. No, I've got some more issues. That was the fall.
Interesting though, you can tell so much even from the static shots. You could see air position was okay. You could see a little bit of pre-rotation on takeoff. You could see a little bit of the under-rotation afterwards. Each and every aspect of these jumping passes is so critical to the quality and consequently the grade of execution.
Yeah, you know, one of the hardest things for some of the athletes is how to stop rotation. Starting is one thing. We saw that on the double axel. Takes up, gets around. But stopping it, when do you pull it out? It's like pulling the parachute. If you pull the ripcord too late, kind of a splash. Right?
Yeah,
So
don't pull the ripcord too late.
Yeah, exactly. So you have to open that up at a certain time, and you have to have a feel for that in the air. You're only in the air for, you know, 0.6 seconds max, and so that's not long. You can't be thinking about it. You got to be instinctive.
And interesting for Leyli, when we look at her biography, she was born in Ogore, Yamaguchi in Japan. Her hometown is listed as in Berlin in Germany. She represents Azerbaijan, but she trains in Italy with Angelina Tarenko. So a skater who's, you know, a kind of child of the world, and I'm sure perhaps with just a little bit more consistency and stability and time, then she has the ingredients to be successful on this stage.
You know, we haven't talked about this a lot yet today, we did last year, is, you know, it's not all equal. Some of these skaters are in very small rinks. Some of them have an hour a day, if.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
They might have 3 hours a week, who knows, compared to other skaters that have, you know, ample ice, ample coaching, ample off ice.
Quality ice.
Everything. So in juniors, probably the competition level that has the widest space between services provided.
Oh, completely. And when obviously we look at the Senior Grand Prix, which is a seeded event, then the likelihood is that most of those athletes will train in optimal situations. These skaters not so. And
this is the reality. I mean, what you're watching today, not only today, on Junior Grand Prix, always, is the reality of competitive figure skating. The start of some, you know, somewhere are midway through their career, some are not here in juniors at the end of their career, but certainly at the beginning.
And it's interesting because Leyla has the most beautiful costume, and the skaters, you know, all the skaters are presented looking wonderful. The hair's on point. They look the part.
Yeah.
What you can't buy as readily is just that time and that education.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's one of the things that we talk about in your campaign, too, about Heart, is when people watch this, people who may not know much about the sport or don't care very much about other human beings, is be smart about what you are watching. Be intelligent to know this skater is not at the same level as a Mal Shimada, right? This skater may have the same, you know, resources, and they're doing the very best they can with what they have.
And the ideal is that Leyli comes away from this supported, promoted, and inspired to transcend this experience to bigger and better and more joyful ones in the future.
Absolutely. It's one of the things that, I mean, even the assessment, even what we're talking about, takes maturity to understand that, because it's so, as a human, we're so quick to criticize, because that's the easiest thing in life to do. Is, oh, I don't like that outfit, or I don't like this, I don't like that. That it's so simple and everybody can do it. But to actually go past that criticism and understand a little bit more in depth where an athlete or a person is at in their stage of life, or the circumstances that might be around it that we don't have. We talked about the Ukrainian skaters, right?
Gosh.
I mean, to understand their situation. So, you know, for those listening that do participate in social media, please, you know, look in the mirror and think, would you like people analyzing your life who don't even know you, right? So, you know, we hope that these athletes are supported at whatever level and stage of development they're at. So, what's going on up there? There must be a problem. I don't even see any judges' scores in this. Okay, we're rambling on. Do you want to ramble some more?
I can always ramble.
Yeah, you are a rambler.
I can give.
You know, do you remember the old cars, Ramblers?
No.
Okay, I'm really old. So those folks out there that, oh my God, he knows what a Rambler is, right?
Leyli, I don't think will know what a Rambler is.
No. Well, you'll know it. It's you.
Okay.
But as far as a car goes, it was a, I don't know what kind of brand it was, but it was called the Rambler, and my grandmother had it. I got the car, you know, but I was driving a granny's car at the age of 18. Not good, you know, not a good look.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. There's the hearts. Yep, another set.
Oh,
Beautiful. Hey, she's got it.
Wow.
That's amazing. I didn't see that reverse hand.
I've never seen that, Leyli. So that's an indication as to the Shape Hearts campaign that we're working on, and the skaters actually have encouragement to shape hearts back in the Kiss and Cry for the social media streams, and we'll be releasing more details about that in the coming weeks. And the idea is just to promote positivity and kindness, and for that to transcend into the virtual space.
And to stand up against negativity and anger, or pressure, for whatever it is, you know, just stand up against that. You may not change those people, that's fine, but you can stand up to it. You know, and you bring your kindness to other people, with your family and your friends and your competitors and all of that. And that's what this on the Junior Grand Prix is. That's what your campaign is about here, ISU's campaign. And I salute it. I believe in it very much, because that's what the basis of what we do in the Junior Grand Prix.
And the athletes themselves might not be, because skating is competitive, it is solitary, and so there are occasions when some ice rinks and some competitions can be hotbeds for competition. That isn't always positive, and so in some ways the skaters might not be aware of the abuse unless they've been targeted by it, like Selma Seri Larson, who last year was targeted by some online trolls. She stood up, she spoke online, and she spoke about it. This year we're standing up But it may be for those younger skaters who haven't experienced the negative side of the trolling online, just good for them to promote, you know, share hearts, just to make sure that the sporting arena, whilst it's competitive, doesn't need to be aggressive toward one another.
You don't listen to that stuff, and you don't listen to those people. You just go forward in a positive way, the best way you can. You'll have the negative moments for sure in life. It is life. Let's take a look at the scores. We think there it is, 31.66, and that'll put Leyli currently in the 24th position.